Today I am going to be doing one of the strangest border crossings I've possibly done, and that's going from Brazil, where I am right now, going over to Uruguay. Now yesterday I got, for some reason, my passport stamped out of Brazil, even though I explained to the border control that I was staying here in a hotel that was just up there on the Brazilian side. So if I was exited out of Brazil, does that mean I was here illegally? We're going to find out. So if you've not seen my previous video, I arrived in Chuy yesterday. I came by bus. The bus stopped at the border control, which is, even though the border is that way, border control is about 1 kilometre that way inland. The bus stopped. I was told to get off. The guy took my passport. I told him that I was staying in Brazil for one extra night. He stamped my passport. I just went, Uruguay? Thinking that I had to go get it stamped by the Uruguayans. He just nodded his head, gave me my passport back, and the bus driver shoved me back on the bus. So technically I'm not meant to be here, but it is all part of the adventure. So I am going to head into the centre of the town where the border actually is, then head towards the actual border where the cars go through, because there's a little sign that says welcome to Uruguay, and that'll be good for my Instagram. And then I'm going to get an Uber to the Uruguayan border control, because again it's not on the border, it's about another 1.5 kilometres away. So I'm going to get an Uber if there's Ubers around here. If not, it's going to be a 30-minute walk. And then from there, if I haven't been arrested, walk back into the Uruguayan side of Chuy and get a bus out of here. Right, I'm now on the border street itself, which I did show you in the last video when I had a look around Chuy. So that side over there is Uruguay, this side of the street is Brazil, and people come here to do their duty-free shopping, and the street itself just goes on and on. It is a very long street of shops, but the border is just around the corner here, even though I just walk across the street and I'm in Uruguay. So just over there is where I got dropped off yesterday by the bus that came in. Now, as I say, it's very confusing. It's very hard to find anything online apart from a couple of blogs from a few years ago. Now, I don't know, because the bus came in to the border control before coming to town, I don't know if on the Uruguayan side the bus station, which is just across the border, will go to the border control or Uruguay and stamp me back in, or do I have to go to border control first and then walk back into town? It's all very confusing. In fact, that's the border. That's it. Nothing much to say that this is a new country apart from that sign. I might as well take a few photographs. Right, I've just had a look at the map. As I said, it's a 30-minute walk straight down towards the border control. It's a 15-minute walk to the bus station. So I'm gonna take a chance at the bus station. If not, I'll walk to the border control and come back. This is weird. I guess they've got an understanding between the two countries for this town that they can just walk in, walk out without any stamps. But having a look around on the map, this is officially Uruguay, and I'm here legally for now. Last night in the hotel, I downloaded offline maps for the whole of Uruguay because it isn't that big, and I locked in an eSIM for Uruguay so I can use that when I need it for emergencies. But do I feel like I'm in a different country? Not really. I mean, it's one town divided by a border, two languages, Portuguese and Spanish. Wonder how that works. So a bit of wildlife and the... Oh, hello. Is that a sheep? Yeah, wildlife on the side of the road, complete with a horse. Hello. Oh, you look feisty. Oh dear. And there is the bus station. And that is the highway just over there. So where am I heading for? I'm going to, hopefully, Punta del Este, which is a beach town on the coast. It's about 4 hours to get there, hopefully. It is now coming up to 25 past 11. I have started a bit later than what I thought I was hoping to, but I had a bit of a late night trying to work out borders, buses, anything that I could find online. And because this is not a traditional traveller, backpacker sort of route, it's very hard to find anything. But I'm here. And there is one bus there already. Oh no, there's two. Very exciting. And this is the bus station. They've only got about 4 lanes for buses that come and go. And this is the terminal. Now I've just been in, and my original plan of going to Punta del Este has fallen through because it's now 11:45. The bus is not till 5 o'clock. So wait 5 hours here for a bus? No. So I asked the guy, I said, where do you recommend? So I'm now going to Punta del Diablo. It's closer. The bus will be here in about an hour. And because it's a shorter trip, I should get there for about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, hopefully. Now the more important thing is the fact I asked him and said, I haven't got my passport stamped. He went, yeah, no problem. Bus stops at the border control for everybody. You all get off, and because you're English, they'll stamp your passport. So easy. So what have I been panicking about? Well, I haven't been panicking, I've just been a little bit, oh no, what happens? What do I do? So yeah, I've got an hour to wait. Might as well take it in, show you what it's like in there. So there's a shop at the end. Basic, and the ticket has cost me 161 pesos. Just if they sell coffee. No. And the border control is actually, as I said, about half a k, 15-minute walk down that way. Got an hour just to chill out. I might play in the swings. So with spare time on my hands, waiting for this bus, I thought I'd actually check out on Punta del Diablo, just to find out exactly where I'm going now that I bought a ticket. It's 24 miles away. It's going to be a short bus journey, shorter than what I've had over the last month. Online it says the town has a backpacker hippie vibe, whatever that means. Yeah, but perfect for me to get there before check-in. I'm going to spend the night just working out where I'm going to go after that. But I'm still yet to get my passport stamped. I'm on the bus. Basically it's just turned up. It's a fast turnaround. This one's actually going to Montevideo. Oh my god, we're off already. That was quick. Basically, it turned up, dropped my bags on, got on the bus, and we're moving on. So fingers crossed. Border control. Over here. Now, for some reason, at this point, my camera stopped recording and you don't see what happened. Basically, the bus stopped just outside border control. Guys came along, checked the baggage area, shut it down, and I assumed that we were going to go to a car park for everyone to get off to get the passports stamped. It didn't happen. We drove straight onto the highway, and I grabbed the guy who was checking all the tickets and just said, passport, I haven't got it stamped. He just went, I said, well, what do I do? He went, just go back. And then we just carried on driving to get to where I was going. And this is where it gets better or worse. Bus behind me, what I've just seen as we drove in, tourist information. So I'm going to have a wander in there, find out what I'm doing. Right, you've got the bus station behind me. That's the tourist office just there. I've been in. She passed me on to someone on the phone that spoke English. The person on the phone said, you realise Chuy is not the typical place of a border crossing that you've seen around the world. She says what I should do is just go back tomorrow and get it stamped, because that's what people do around here. And the woman in the actual tourist office itself was very pleased because she can give away maps, and she's given me lots of them. So I've just booked a hostel. It's just down here. I might get a second opinion from them. I mean, it is only 10 to 2 in the afternoon, so I could actually get a bus straight back after I've dropped all this lot off. As I said, it's the strangest border crossing in the world that I've been to. So I have checked in to the hostel, gave them my sad story. They told me to go to the police station just down here, explain it to them, and they would give me permission to stay until tomorrow morning, and then I can go back to Chuy, sort out the passport, get it stamped, because it's now just after 3. It was a 20-minute walk to get to the hostel, and it's really nice. So this is the Chuy hostel where I'm staying. £15 a night with breakfast. This is just a chilled out area, and then you've got the rooms, of which I've got to myself, and it's not the cheapest hostel in this area. There is less, but they're more party places, and I just didn't fancy partying, but I have booked it for 2 nights. This might be a nice little place. You've got the sea in the background over there, leading down to the beach. There's plenty of restaurants around in this area. I think I might like it around here to chill after my stress of coming across this border. Through the magic of YouTube and time travel, it is now the next day, and you can see the clouds behind me. It's not been a good day. This morning it was raining hard, but I've got my passport stamped. So I left here this morning at 10 o'clock from the hostel, which is just there. Got the bus back into Chuy. I walked to the border control, got them to stamp it. They looked at the Brazil exit stamp and went, "You left 2 days ago." Yeah, and he just went, "Yeah, okay," and stamped me into Uruguay. So I am no longer illegal. I'm a legal alien. And it's now coming up to 4 o'clock, so it's been a long day. But I can definitely say that is one of the strangest border crossings I've ever done in this world. And the only bit of advice I can give to anyone who wants to come through Chuy is, if you're on a bus at a border control place, tell the driver that you're getting off, that you are going to get stamped. Don't wait for them to park up or do anything like that. And just be adaptable. Best advice I can give you. But if you've enjoyed this little journey, because I have, it's been weird, then all you got to do is press that like button. I am now in Uruguay, and I'm going to be here for about 2 or 3 weeks. If you want to see what this country is like, what this little town is like, because I'm going to be down there tomorrow sometime exploring, then all you got to do is subscribe. But until the next time, I'm off to chill. Bye bye for now.